right, go ahead.
Yeah. So DJ Mars, you already know. A lot of people always ask me, where did you start? Where'd you get your start from DJing? And I always say that it was a neighborhood thing. So right about now, we are inside my old neighborhood. Inside Hickory Street, 215A. These are the projects that I grew up in. So I just want to show y'all like what each unit meant to me, because this is where I got my start as a DJ. Right here is the crib that I grew up in. The top floor, that used to be my old bedroom, as a matter of fact. That was 215. That's 215A Hickory Street, right there. It's my old house. I remember my mother used to have old disco records, and we used to have the stereo system set up in the living room, and that's where I first started to learn my little jigga jigga jigga. We're gonna take a little walk through. This is 215C right here, and one of my best childhood friends, my man Poopy, used to live here. Poopy used to live here with his father, his stepmoms, sisters, Trina, Lisa, and Shauna. They used to live right here. So another important unit in the history of the DJ Mars is right here. One of my best friends, God bless his soul, 215E, my man Tony Ray used to live right here. But I'm gonna show y'all another unit that was extremely instrumental in the history of DJ Mars. My man Vaughn used to live in this unit right here, 205J. Anybody from Springfield watching this on Facebook or whatever, DJ Sky G. He was the first dude that I knew that had he had turntables, he had a mixer, he had the echo chamber. I mean, he had the whole rig set up in his house. The very first DJ that I've seen with an entire unit. So you would walk by his crib and he'd be playing jams, he'd be playing Planet Rock, the Johnson Crew, any of those old school groups, Sugar Hill Gang, Curtis Blow. He would be playing it from his house. So when it came to hip hop on Hickory Street, we used to all rock at my man Vaughn's house. He was older than me. He was like the MacGyver of the hood. Like, he could fix anything. When I say anything, he could fix anything. But that's where he lived. So the start of the DJ Mars really came from his house, because he was like one of the coolest dudes around our way, and he had everything. He had racetracks, he had the remote control cars, so we were all like, basically we would hover around his house. He was the older guy that was mad cool. This little field right here is where we used to play football. But we're gonna take a little walk. I'm gonna show y'all real quick the rest of the history. As you can see, it's old school 215A. As I said, that used to be my bedroom right there. The bad thing about having a bedroom in the front is, as a kid, if you got a whooping, the whole project's heard it. And I got it, and they heard it. And I would come out the next day and get clowned. This is where it all started, Joe. Every bit of DJ Mars started right here, because this is why I fell in love with the art of DJing, basically from guys like my man Vaughn. So I'm going to show you another important spot. This area that we're walking to right now is called the Center. We used to have block parties. It's not a huge block, but at the end of the day, we had them. And the DJ used to set up right there. My man Rodney and his sisters used to live right here, 205B. He was in, I think his group was called the Heartbreak Crew. They used to live right there. The DJ was set up right here. I remember, the DJ was set up right here and blast. We'd have the barbecues going on. It's not real big, because the projects aren't real big, but this is where it started. All in this area right here. My mailbox used to be 215A. I think it's, boom. That used to be my mailbox right there as a kid. There's a couple more houses in here that were super important to the history of DJ Mars. Once again, this house we're about to go to right now My man Miles used to live there. He was an older kid. DJ Milesy Miles. Again, if you're on Facebook and you're from Springfield, and you may recognize some of these names. His sister Portland. I think she went to Hampton. They all used to live in this unit right up here. And what was dope about Miles, he used to live right here, 195B. What was dope about him is my bus stop used to be right over here. I would walk to the bus stop and his window was right here. He'd have his window wide open, the speaker right there. In the morning, this is in the 80s, he's cutting up break beats. I remember specifically he used to cut up Big Beat by Billy Squier. Like he used to catch it, that boom, boom, cat, boom, boom, cat, boom, boom, cat, boom, boom. He would cut it up right here. So me and my boys used to be at this bus stop listening to him every day in the morning. He would cut this record up. I guess he was in high school, but he went to school later than us. But every day he used to rock it. And that's when I first heard a DJ live cutting a break beat right there at that apartment. 195B. There's a couple more I want to show y'all before we end the tour of the history of DJ Mars real quick. A couple more joints. Influential. Let me show you this unit over here. My man Tracy used to live right here. Doug Tracy used to live right here. This kid named Gerald used to live right here. 195G. The first time I heard the Wild Style soundtrack was right here on these steps. His uncles was playing it. We used to all come over here and congregate right here. The very first time I heard the Wild Style soundtrack was right here on these steps. But let me show y'all one more important spot in the history of the DJ Mars as it relates to how I started my career. One more spot. My man Sean used to live right here. Sean and his sister Danielle. They were from New York, but they lived here in Springfield. Right? I remember one day standing right here. Sean's room used to be right there. I was standing right here. This is the very first place, the very first time that I heard Sucker MCs by Run DMC. I remember he was playing it. And I was like, yo, what is that? All you heard is that boom, it's coming from his window right here. Right here. There's one more house I gotta show you. But this very spot, this area, this window is the first place I heard Sucker MCs by Run DMC. Now that's history, man. That's historic. One more window, and then one more building, and then the tour will be over. Older cat, his name is Lance. I remember kind of like the same scenario. The windows were important in the project right here. He used to live right here. And the first time I heard on the radio by the Crash Crew was from his window. The very first time, because, you know, kids be playing outside.